called Seize the Land, which is the story of the children of Israel entering into the promised land. And the thing that happens is that, unfortunately, what happened with the children of Israel is that they, when they knew that God was with them, they assumed that it meant that nothing bad would happen to them. It meant that their journey would just be smooth all the way, right? Which is a good assumption to make. I mean, Jesus, since we are with you, everything should be good. Everything should be like this day we just had. Everything is happening nice, all that stuff. It should be like that. But then the reality is that they get on this journey and they meet obstacle after obstacle. And now they're like, which God is this we have believed in? Who allows us to go through different obstacles? Yet, what they did not realize was that what God was doing through those obstacles that they were going through was that he was making a name for himself all across the world. By using this community and by showing his faithfulness and his deliverance and his power through them, the whole world would look and say, who are these people and who is their God, right? And so by the time they were coming into the promised land, they entered into the promised land with people in complete awe of them. They're like, how have you guys, who is your God that you can just come and just be here? But the problem is that, and this is where I feel like I am, and I think very many people are. I am at a place right now where I feel like those children of Israel, right in front of the sea, that we need to cross, and there's an enemy pursuing us from behind. And right now, you're freaking out. I mean, just like, Lord. And at that point in time, I sense that there's two ways that we can respond right now as God's people. Is we can respond with fear, or we can respond with faith. What does faith look like? I think the response of faith, interesting enough, in my opinion, I think the response of faith is us, one, understanding that there is literally a reason for all this. That's number one. We may not know what the reason is, but God is sovereign in this thing. There is a reason. There is a purpose, that God is not just here and he knows exactly what's happening. But I think the second thing is this, and this is the thing that was the problem with the children of Israel, is that the children of Israel, during these moments and times, every time they met an obstacle, their thing was always to complain and grumble. And rightfully so, in my opinion. They are looking around, they're like, hey, my guy, this guy, what's wrong with this guy? Why does he keep taking us through this kind of weird obstacles? And that's what happened. But I think that the response of faith is this. I think the response of faith is a response of gratitude. I think that more than anything, and especially at this time, I truly believe that we need to have a grateful heart. That this is a time not for us to complain, but for us to be able to proclaim the praise of the God whom we serve, in the sense that he is providing for us. There's nothing that we're lacking. In as much as, yes, the future looks bleak, but in this moment, as you're listening, even right now to me speaking, when you open your fridge, there's food, right? Meaning that the crisis has not, the landlord has not come to ask you for the rent yet. You get what I'm saying? So meaning that, yes, we don't know what tomorrow holds, but today, in this very moment, we have a lot to be grateful for. That you, as you're sitting at home isolating, you don't have corona, you're not dying. You get what I'm saying? So I just get this sense that, there's two ways in which we can respond, which is one is fear. I think the other way that we can respond is through faith, but faith expressed through gratitude. That that this is going to be the antithesis of the other part. It's like as the world is complaining and grumbling about what's happening, that we will be those who are giving God praise and glory, because one thing is very clear that's happening right now is that God is doing a new thing. God is doing something new. For Isaiah 43, something new is happening. We may not know what it looks like, but something new is happening. And because God is moving and he's doing something, it means that he's moving on our behalf, that he's doing these things for whatever he's doing it for is for our own good. This is not to harm us. If you look at the thing in Jeremiah 29, one of the things that's interesting about Jeremiah 29, the verse that everyone loves to talk about in terms of, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Do you know that portion of scripture was literally being told to the children of Israel while they were being cordoned off or taken into exile in Babylon? They were going through a situation, when you looked at it, it looked like a bad, dire situation. But God was there telling them, I know the plans I have for you. This is actually something that is going to prosper you, that is going to give you a hope and a future. I'm changing things up. And so he tells them, do not be afraid to go into Babylon. Don't be afraid, because I am doing this. I am the one who is ushering you into this place, and I know why I'm doing it, and it's for your good. And, I don't know what's going on, but I just get this very deep, but for me, my sense is that something is happening. Something that is, how it says, his thoughts are not our thoughts, his ways are not our ways. It's that kind of level of, it's above our pay grade type situation. It's definitely above our pay grade, right? In terms of us being able to fathom or understand what is happening right now, very difficult. But even in those moments, when God is there talking about taking them into captivity in Babylon, he tells them, I have a plan. There's a plan in here. And I feel the same way even at this moment in time, is that even in all these things, that how we respond in faith is that God is doing something. God is doing something. And in this something that he's doing, he is working for the good of those who love him and those who are called according to his purpose. This is the message, bruh. I feel like, that thing for all creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God. In this time, in this moment, God will take care of his kids.